Hello dear students, grade 10. Today we're going to take unit 8, step 4. So please I want you to prepare your student book, page 64, your workbook, page 60, and your classwork, page 50. Shall we start? Let's take the new vocabulary for today. Our first word for today. Some people need bifocal glasses for distance, as well as reading instead of having a separate pair of single vision glasses for each.
Bifocal.
Bifocal means having two different focal lengths and another one for near vision. Our second word for today. We should instigate charity work.
Instigate.
Instigate is a verb which means to bring about or initiate an action or event. Our third word for today, within this example, a computer programmer works for a software company.
Software.
Software means the programs used by a computer. Our last word for today. This looks like a nice spot for a picnic. Don't you think so?
Spot.
Spot means a particular space or point. So now let's revise our new vocabulary by matching them with pictures. As you can see, a bifocal camera is in a phone.
Bifocal.
Initiate is a verb which is synonym with
Instigate.
this computer contains a lot of programs.
Software.
Look at the nice place to have a picnic.
Spot.
Now, dear students, let's go to our student book, page 64, so we can start our grammar for today. I want to remind you that you can always go to grammar reference page 131 and 132. Today we're going to talk about modal verbs, which are can, could, must, and should. We use can, could, be able to express abilities. For example, I hope I will be able to come to your graduation, which means I want to, but I hope nothing will prevent me. She can swim very well, which means someone taught her how to swim. She has the ability to swim. I couldn't open the door. It was stuck. We use must to express obligation, but don't forget that after must comes the base form. You must be more careful with your money. In case of questions, dear students, you should start with do I have to? Do I have to get a new passport? And in case of negative form, you only have to add not to the modal must. You mustn't drive someone's car without asking them first. Just a reminder, dear students, in case of asking questions, don't use must I, use do I have to. Now, for should, we use it to give pieces of advice. For example, you should visit your grandparents more often. You shouldn't raise your voice on your mother. Look at your student's book so we can practice models together. Exercise number 1, asking you to complete these sentences using can, can't, could, and couldn't. Give yourself a minute to complete this exercise and please check the answers with me. A. I need my bifocal glasses. I can't see without them. B. Computers can help us to instigate new learning technology. C. I can research at school because there's a new software library. D. 10 years ago, you could easily find a spot in Park Town. E. I wanted to text you, but I couldn't remember your number. Now please, dear students, I want you to look at your workbook page 60 and exercise number 1, in which you have to complete this conversation using the list of models you have between brackets. After answering the exercise, I want you to check your answers with me. Where are your glasses? I lost them 2 days ago. I haven't been able to read anything since then, and I won't be able to read anything until I get my new glasses tomorrow. B. Can you drive a car? Yes, I can. I passed my test last week. Great. Could you drive me to the airport tomorrow morning? No, sorry, I can't. My car is in the garage. C. Can you fly a plane? Well, I probably could if I had to, but I've never had flying lessons. D. How many languages can you speak? Oh, 2 now, but when I was 3 years old, I could speak 4. I can only speak Arabic, but I'd love to be able to speak 2 or 3. I can teach you French if you like. Could you? Brilliant. When can we start? Now please, dear students, I want you to look at your classwork page 15. You have an exercise in which you have to choose the correct answer. As usual, give yourself enough time to do it, then check the answers with me. Number 1. When the fog lifts, we will be able to see clearly. Number 2. Employers can't reach their offices on time because of the heavy traffic. Number 3. You shouldn't smoke here. Now, dear students, let's move on to our next rule for today, which is about wish. And I just want to remind you that you can always go to your grammar reference page 132 in your student's book. In case of wish, you have to use after it a simple past tense or a past perfect. We use after wish the past simple tense when we want to express a situation in the present and we want it to be different. For example, I wish I spoke Italian. I wish I had a big car. But we use after wish past perfect if we want to express a regret or we want to talk about a situation in the past we want it to be different. For example, I wish I hadn't eaten so much. I wish they'd come on holiday with us. Look at your student book exercise B. I want you to complete these sentences using the correct form of the verbs between brackets. Give yourself enough time to do it. Then let's check the answers together. Shall we? Number 1. Now that he is in China, he wishes he understood Chinese. I wish you had called earlier. They wish they had listened to us sooner. Number 4 and the last. When we begin the trip, they will wish they were with us. Now please, dear students, who would do your workbook page 60 exercise number 3, the same idea, dear ones. You just have to complete the sentences using the right tense of verb between brackets. Take your time as usual and then check the answers with me. A. I wish it were possible to finish the work tonight. B. She wished she had known how to sew. C. You wished you had felt better. D. I wish I found the subject more interesting. E. They will wish it were warmer. Now, dear students, for the last exercise for today, I want you to look at your classwork, page 15, the second exercise, in which you have to do as shown between brackets. Number 1, you have to correct the underlined mistake. In the second one, you have to correct the verb. I think 30 seconds would be enough for you. Then check the answers with me. I wish I didn't tell him the story now. I wish you had invited me to your party last week. Thank you, dear students. And at the end, I want to remind you with the barcodes that we have already given to you earlier. You can use them for more explanations and details. Don't forget to do this exercise, which we are going to check together, inshallah, in our next lesson. Thank you.